Alright, welcome back to a brand new Fish Bro video, and this is going to be a lengthy one, but also a good one. This is important and is big for all of you WARMANE WoW players, so what we're discussing in this video is a patch update for March 1st, 2021. We're covering the WARMANE patch notes. I may throw some shade at some guildies I'm competing with, but simply enjoy the jokes as I run through the patches. I will cover my new 5,000 gold giveaway. Yes, you heard that correctly. 5,000 gold giveaway. Simply sub to my channel and click on the Discord link on my profile to see what I'm talking about. I'll show you it in a minute. Anyways, now that the intro is done, I have no more script to go off, and I'm going to jump right in and start hitting you guys with information live, one-on-one, mano a mano. Let's go, boys. Let's show the entire screen now. Okay, hop off of OBS. So I have the patch notes right here. And then I also have my notes, my personal notes on Discord. So let's hop right into it. So first off, class changes. I didn't cover everything, but Unholy DK got a buff. For Orc DKs, your goal is now affected by the command buff. Previously, the goal was not being affected, so now the DPS increase on Unholy DKs is going to go up. So haha, screw you, Snixor. Also, your gargoyle can't be controlled while it's being feared. So PvP, sorry DKs. You can read some of these. Cat does not stop fall damage. Some of this, like it didn't seem too important. Uh, I didn't see too many of these being all that important, but I'll just scroll through them slowly so you could check it out. Turn the tables is actually important. So this is turn the tables. Whenever anybody in your party or raid blocks, dodges, or parries an attack, your chance to critically hit with all combo moves is increased by 6% for 8 seconds. Sometimes it would apply to other party and raid members, so it's a nerf to rogues. Haha, Snixor. And also the Phantom Knives increase. I'm going to slowly go through this. Okay, so now we get into the general gist of things. This is all the important changes to ICC. The meme updates, the not so important ones. Gunship is fixed now. Like WARMANE says, gunship is fixed. It's never fixed. They will not fix it completely. Like, they should just leave it as is and just let it stay bugged and just like give us a like skip this fight kind of thing and give us the loot. Because they will never fix the gunship. They've been trying to do it for at least 3 years now that I've been playing. I mean, I love WARMANE, good server, but like they not gonna do it. I don't believe it. I don't believe they're gonna get the gunship fixed. Anyways, Blood Prince Council trash has been buffed. Like some of the damage has been changed from like a dot that does like physical damage to a bleed effect, so it doesn't affect armor, so it's buffed. So the damage on the trash is increased. The giant fucking skeleton's cleave was infinite range. Now it only targets melee. The PP insect trap has been nerfed heavily. So the PP insects no longer ignore damage reduction effects or armor. So it'll do about 200 damage instead of 2k damage. People won't die to it. It really, like, it's not supposed to kill you, but it used to kill people. And also the Oldawar trash, big robots are now CCable, by the big robot, I mean. Anyways, let's dive right into the bosses. Merigar's been buffed. Merigar has been buffed. The spikes ignore armor. Merigar was buffed slightly, so his after he would cast bone spikes, he would have 3 seconds of downtime after the spikes removed. I need to actually go to that. That might not be a nerf. Where is ICC? I might have skipped past it. Okay, right here. So the buff I'm talking about specifically is somewhere in here. I don't want to have to go back through this and waste everybody's time. Right here. So yeah, having 3 seconds of downtime after casting. So after he would cast, you would have 3 seconds of downtime on Merigar's spikes. You'd be able to just flat DPS him, and then he would go back to his normal rotation. Although there is another thing, Heroic Merigar has been nerfed slightly. So the bone spikes on Heroic Merigar, he would just randomly start casting and bone spikes and boom. Like you would just have spikes randomly throughout the raid. Nobody would have time to prepare, stack, or anything. And so like you would have spikes all over the room and it was a big pain in the neck to try to organize. Now that doesn't happen. You can actually actively see when he's casting it if he's doing Bone Storm. It'll interrupt Bone Storm and show him casting spikes. So it's more clarity on the fight, a little bit more damage taken and stuff, but more clarity. And the fight should be easier overall now, in my opinion, but slightly easier, harder for the healers, easier for like the rest of the raid, which is kind of the most important part, having the clarity and the ability to know what's up. Lady Death Whisper has been buffed significantly. The deformed fanatics now ignore armor. So I don't know what idiot has been like saying like, please, the Lady Death Whisper is too weak. We need to buff her. Please, Forge of Souls and Pit of Sauron loot is dropping twice as much loot as it's supposed to. Please nerf the loot. Please give us 0 loots. Like sometimes there should be a chance not to get any loot. Like it's kind of annoying me that like some idiot just like always reports when something good is happening, right? Like there's never a reason you should like say, you know what, let's report Forge of Souls and Pit of Sauron dropping double loot. Like it's really not good to do. It's stupid. Um Anyways, you didn't come for my opinion. You came for the patch notes, so I should just jump right back into it. Lady Death Whisper, there was another thing that I should be showing. Um, it wasn't super important, but remove armor ignore on melee damage from reanimated fanatic. So the reanimated fanatic does not ignore armor. So that mob doesn't ignore armor, but the one that's problematic, the big ass zombie, is the one that's ignoring armor, and he'll be hitting tanks for like 40k, sometimes 50 and 60k. So he can one shot tanks at this point. So I'm pretty sure something is wrong on the fight, but he's commonly one-shotting tanks, and it's very problematic. If you have a reformed horror, or deformed horror, I believe is the name of it, the tanks should be using cooldowns at this point because they hit way too hard. Sarfang has been nerfed. Boiling Blood ignores only armor, not all damage reduction. So if you have a Disc Priest that pops a shield on top of someone with the Boiling Blood. So let's say you're on Sarfang fight, you're healing, and your Disco Priest drops the shield on the guy with the dot. The guy with the dot will now take reduced damage instead of being hit completely for 5k damage. Before, it would ignore everything. So now the priest makes it easier for the person with the dot to survive. So it's slight nerfs to Sarfang. Blood Prince Council nerf. So the empowered shock vortex benefited from damage increases from players. Players has now been removed. So like, if like a warrior has berserker stance and it says like you take 20% increased damage, this should not be making you take 20% increased damage. Because it's based on you, it should be like based on the boss. But I'm not quite sure. It's very confusing how they worded it in the patch notes. Maybe I'm an idiot and I misread it wrong. Somebody explained that to me. Maybe it was Blood Prince Council buffs, but it's just a simple change to the shock vortex. Maybe more damage or less damage. I'm pretty sure it's less damage, but I think it's a nerf. Blood Queen herself, she had health buffs, not directly to her health, but let me make sure I'm recording my voice. I'm like halfway through, and I don't want to go crazy if I didn't record this properly. Yeah, Blood Queen's health has been buffed. She used to DPS herself when she had the Blood Mirror. She'd be DPSing the off tank, and the damage would affect her. So, essentially, she's had health buffs because you would have the added DPS of her damaging the boss, like damaging herself, you know. And so, I mean, it shouldn't have been that much damage, but like it's a slight buff to her health pool, but the triangle the triangle which is called Pact of the Dark Fallen. So Blood Queen Triangle has been nerfed slightly. It used to be unaffected by damage reduction. Now, if a Disco Priest hits the players with the Pact of the Dark Fallen with a shield, they'll have reduced damage taken. So Disco Priests will be stronger on Blood Queen. The healing on the bite has been changed. So instead of being affected by the Blood Queen, it's affected by the player. I'm not sure how that works. Then Putricide, Professor Putricide has had a buff and a nerf. So he had the plague damage now decreased by buffs and auras. So I'm pretty sure that's a nerf. If you have like a Disco Priest, Prot Paladin and stuff, you have like Sanctuary on. So the plague damage is now reduced by Sanctuary and stuff. But he also had a buff where the plague damage won't miss players in the raid anymore. Sindragosa has been nerfed. The Ice Pulse now is affected by resistances, meaning if you use Frost Resistance on Sindragosa fight, you did not realize that you were just being dumb, wasting an aura because WARMANE was bugged and your aura didn't do shit. But now it does do something. You use Frost Resistance and it reduces the damage. Who would have thought WARMANE actually fixed the damn stuff that made a fight harder? So yes, Sindragosa was on Mythic Plus difficulty because the damage was way too high. Anyways, next one is another nerf to Sindragosa. The Frost Beacon does not target the tanks anymore. I mean, this one's self-explanatory. This was just a dumb thing that WARMANE did. They made it where the Frost Beacon would target the tank, and it's like, come on, guys, you really doing this? Like, you really have the tanks being targeted by the beacon? Like, imagine your tank is just sitting there tanking. I'm doing a great job getting beaten up by Sindragosa, and all of a sudden he gets frozen, and you're like, well, what do we do now? It's like, come on. Then the last one is Sindragosa buffs. Instability buff now procs even with you having an invincible effect. So like Divine Shield or Ice Block and stuff, it'll still proc instability. Ruby Sanctum has been buffed slightly, but not really. Hellions buff, consumption, combustion, resistible. I'm pretty sure they're no longer resistible. They used to be resistible. Let's go down to Ruby Sanctum. Right here. Fiery combustion being resistible. I'm not sure if it's a buff or a nerf. Okay, so it was reported that it should not be resistible. So yes, it was a buff. Resistance does not affect combustion or consumption. But maybe that's not even a buff, but just a change. Like, you know, if you're expecting combustion, a guy's like combustion on me, and then he doesn't have combustion, it could just throw your raid like completely off. So who knows? But that's just a change. The meteor is based on Hallion instead of the guy being targeted. So now it's based on the guy being targeted. What does that mean? I really don't know. I think it means like how much damage you should take from the meteor. Let's go beyond that. So that's all for the raid notes and the class notes. That means that I should be doing even more DPS in the raids because my ghouls will be doing more damage. So, woohoo, +1 for me. Now we're going into the dungeons. Halls of Reflection, simple changes. The ads don't bug out anymore to evade. Lich King runs a bit faster during his roleplay and shit. Pit of Sauron, Scourge Lord Tyrannus, has been nerfed. He used to use power overwhelming whenever the hell he wanted, and so you would get clapped if you're a weak tank, and your group would wipe a lot more. Now it happens every time after he uses Forceful Smash instead of randomly. This means that you can kite him around the ice while he has it, so he doesn't kick your ass. Which is a common tactic. Everybody does it. You kite him out when he gets his power up. And then Ick was bug fixed. He used to cast Exploding Barrage after he would die, but now they got rid of that, so that's good. WARMANE actually putting in some good work right here, guys. Like I gotta give him credit. I still don't believe Gunship is fixed. I don't believe it's ever gonna be fixed. But like, you know, that's whatever. Not even like retail had bug-free gunship. Devourer of Souls buff. The souls on heroic were targetable, meaning they could be killed, causing the boss to be mediocre at best. Yeah, it's as simple as I just read it off. Like on heroic, you could just like throw your diseases on them; they would die instantly, and then you would just sit there, continue killing the boss without even worrying as if it happened. Your healer could be trash, and you could still be clearing the RDF heroic Forge of Souls, no problem. Devourer of Souls. The souls, like the soul well itself, doesn't target the tank anymore. I think this is a nerf. Uh, like the ghost things being untargetable is a buff because you can't kill them, meaning it's more damage on dungeon group. But the soul well no longer targets the tank, meaning they don't have to move around too much. They can just chill. Halls of Lightning, the ads have been nerfed. Finally, they don't disengage 15 times. They would be jumping back and be like, huh, 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 and you would have to chase them around the entire damn dungeon as they like leap away from you. So that's good. On Kahet, this is a big dungeon one, guys. On Kahet, the Old Kingdom, you know that giant tentacle porn guy boss at the end of the dungeon that makes 1,000 clones of everybody, and the top geared person in your group would just kick everyone's ass. Yeah, those clones don't do top damage anymore. They've had their damage completely nerfed. So now it should be more manageable. Not everybody should be getting their ass kicked. You should not die completely. All the NPCs in Shadowfang Keep, so this is a leveling one. I normally would not include leveling ones, but Shadowfang Keep is a very, very popular one. All the NPCs have had their damage modified. I don't know what the damage changes were, but it's likely nerfs to the dungeon. Considering from my personal experience while I was leveling up, that shit whooped my ass. Each mob was like doing 800 damage, and I had like 1,000 health as like a tank. And like the regular DPSers would get one shot. Like, it was ridiculous just how hard that was. Last but not least, there was stat changes to all the creatures in all the areas all over Azeroth. It's been changed as well to what I'm uncertain of, but it's been changed. So there's that. The zone changes, massive changes to all the zones. I'm not going to cover the zone changes and all the other changes in the changelog, so you can go ahead and read it out. But if you want to like look up on them, I'll give you a link to it. If you're looking for that. But this is just an overall patch notes coverage. Now I'm gonna move on to my giveaway. So you can go to the Fish Bros Discord. This is my Discord. If you look me up on YouTube, let's go to the Fish Bro channel. This is looking at me from a public point of view. I have two bookmarks. It's public and subscriber. Anyways, let's not have me play my voice twice in the same video. So what you do, you go to my YouTube channel, you click on Discord, it'll send you an invite. You be coming over here, you hop in this Discord, just simple chats here. This is a mods chat. Most people won't see that. Yeah, so what you're gonna do when you get in here, you're gonna come over to where is it? World of Warcraft Gold giveaway. If you're a Dead Frontier player as well, you can earn cash in Dead Frontier credits. I'm also doing this giveaway for both Dead Frontier players and World of Warcraft players. The top 5 rewards is not exclusive to either game. It might be some guy getting a bunch of gold, like 5k gold, or there's one guy getting 100 credits. I don't know. who's gonna win, so I don't know what game I'm rewarding you on, but if you're my top supporter, you're gonna get rewarded on one of the games, and then the top 5 supporters get rewarded. 10 credits is the lowest prize. Maybe I'm gonna increase it. I don't know. 200 gold is the lowest prize on my YouTube for gold for World of Warcraft. Either way, if you've been watching my channel and you've been doing this giveaway, you might want to do this. Anyways, you hop in the Discord. You make sure you're leaving a comment on all of my videos that you're putting your WARMANE Lordaeron in-game name. So you put your in-game name from WARMANE Lordaeron, or you put your in-game name from Dead Frontier when you're commenting, and don't just put a generic comment, because like that's probably not gonna get me to say, yes, this guy definitely watched the video, yes, he cares about my channel, yes, he's a supporter. Like, I mean, generic comments typically come out and I get notified of, oh, this guy commented on your video, this guy commented on your video, this guy commented. Like, I can see them all at the same exact time popping up, so I know like who's supporting me and who's not. And the top 5 supporters of my YouTube channel will get rewarded heavily. And yeah, so that's my gold giveaway. I've finally covered the gold giveaway, the patch notes, and um, I think I've covered everything I planned on covering for this video, or yeah, for this video. So if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and as always, don't forget to smile. Now let's turn it off this